You know when there's a family, and there's a family with two sisters, usually there's an older sister and there's a younger sister. And that's just the way this family was. Now, the older sister, because she was older, got to do different things than her younger sister. Why, this particular day, the big sister was going to get to go out to the forest to collect firewood so that when her dad and mom came back from work, they could have a campfire and roast marshmallows. Well, she had her saw and everything ready. The little sister had to stay home. She had to stay home. She had to wash the dishes. She had to sweep the floor, and she had to make lunch. And she didn't think that was very fair. Well, the older sister was out looking for wood. She saw a great big tree, an old dead tree, the kind that you could saw down that would give you a lot of firewood. So she took out her saw, and she was just about to saw on that tree when she heard, "Please, please don't cut down my tree." She looked around. She didn't see anybody talking to her, so she went to the other side of the tree. "Please, please, if you don't cut down my tree, I'll give you 3 wishes. Well, she looked at the tree and she said, "Well, you know, there's a lot of other trees. I'm going to go find one that doesn't talk." She really didn't believe the wishes were true. So she went and she sawed down a tree. She cut up many pieces of firewood, carried 1 bundle home, and by then she was hungry. She walked into the kitchen and she looked at her little sister and she said, "What did you make for lunch?" And her little sister lifted up the lid off the pot and she said, "Wiener water soup." The big sister looked in the pot and said, "Wiener water soup? Why, there's just water in the pot. There's nothing else in the pot. There's no sausages or hot dogs or wieners." "Nope, we had those last night for dinner." "You mean you only made me water soup, wiener water soup?" "Yep, that's what I did. That's what I made you." "But I worked hard all morning long. I walked all the way through the woods. I cut down a tree. And that's all you made for lunch. You know, I wish there was a big old sausage to go with that soup." And whoop! Right there on the counter in the kitchen was a sausage. The little sister picked up the sausage, held it in her hands, and went, "Will you look at this? A sausage. Where did that come from?" Well, the big sister looked at her little sister and said, "Well, you know, when I was out in the forest, a tree talked to me." And the little sister just snickered and said, "A tree talked to you? Yeah, right. Like, I believe that." "Well, no, really, the tree gave me 3 wishes." "The tree gave you 3 wishes? And you wished for a sausage? When you could have wished for all kinds of other wonderful things, you wished for a stupid old sausage?" Well, the big sister got upset. She looked at her little sister and she said, "You know, I wish that sausage was on the end of your nose." And whoop, just like that, there was a big old sausage hanging on the end of her sister's nose. She was wiggling her nose around, trying to get it off, pulling really hard. It wouldn't come off. The big sister looked and said, "Oh, nobody'll notice." And the little sister said, "What do you mean nobody'll notice? There's a sausage on my end of my nose. Everybody's going to laugh at me." The big sister thought a minute. She said, "Well, we'll disguise it. We'll put a hamburger bun around it or a hot dog bun around it, and we'll put ketchup and mustard." "You can't do that to my nose. Please, take it off." The big sister tried to pull. Ow! She said, "It's not going to come off." Little sister looked at her big sister and said, "You know, you have one more wish. Could you wish it off?" "Well, it would be my last wish." "Please? I'm really a pretty good little sister." The big sister said, "Yeah, you really are. You're the only sister I have. I wish the sausage was gone." And the little sister felt her nose. It was back to being her nose. And she said, "Well, at least we have wiener water soup." And the big sister said, "Yep, if I ever get 3 wishes again, I'm going to think very carefully about what I wish for."